At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibraville. Hope you're having a great day. And we made it. Ethereum defied all odds. It was dead 50,000 times this cycle. But you know what? It has made new all-time highs. What do you know? It's good to see. Feels amazing. And this is, I hope, just the start of an absolutely insane bear market. Just kidding. Bull market. We are just getting started. You just look back at the ETH chart for the last 5 years, you could tell, you know, this was a major resistance point up here. So we finally broke through it, and now we came back down, but that's all right. We punched through. It's a big day, and then hopefully next week we could just resume the run, and then from there, we know what happens. ETH runs new all-time high. Solana starts to move, Chainlink starts to run, and then from there it's just everything small caps. But we want to find the win. We want to find the ones that run the hardest. You know, look, the research coins up 40% today. Those are the type coins we want to be in. Stuff that's moving hard. And today, boy, these De-Sci coins are going bonkers. And you know, I just kind of want to talk about this right here and how hard it is to just have conviction in the stuff that you own. Right? Even myself, I bought a bunch of coins last week, added the positions, and today when I was looking at the Forge chart, I said, "Holy shit, what happened?" I was down here. I bought in at 003 like 5 days ago, maybe. Watching one of Patrick's streams, that investor and the IP tokens of the base coins he was super bullish on them. So I went in, found a couple, posted them all on Twitter, and sure enough, this thing ran up 600 something %. So we're up here. By the time I caught it, we were dipped down to like 1,800 here. So at this point, it's like, okay, I'm up 6x. Do I sell my entire bag and now have to wait to get in? Or is this only a $1.8 million market cap? Let's just chill and see what happens. And I wanted to start taking profits up here and rebuy, but I know this is just the start. If we pumped up 7x this hard, this thing's got room to run in the future. And sure enough, it did the standard. It ran up to almost 2,300 and dipped down 55% or 50%, right in half. And we ran right back up. And it took every ounce of me to just hold through and not do anything. Trust me, it's not easy. All right, you're going to want to buy this other stuff. You're going to want to sell. You're going to feel like you made the wrong decision, but you have to let the coins come to your coins. So Forge, where you get them is Molecule.xyz. And this is where the intellectual property of all these assets is, where you could explore and trade tokenized science IP. And I just separated by chain right here. And I'm getting the ones on base. So I don't, the ones on ETH just were too high of a market cap. 9 to 4 million. The ones on base, like Overia is the one that's looking really good to me right now at a $200,000 market cap. That's where Forge was earlier today. It was at like 300K or something like that. Now it's 1.7. So there's 6 of them on here. Overia, AB4AD, HEMPY, Beard, Forge, and Claw. But I want the smallest ones. HEMPY still 500,000. AB4D still 490. But Overia, that's the one I'm looking at right there, probably. And that's what you got to do, guys. You got to just find a project, believe in it, in a narrative. All right, we've gone through De-Sci. We saw, if you just look at the top 500 coins, Research Coin and Bio Protocol are 1 and 2 besides the shit coins. All right, and this is in the top 500. And we talked about Bio Protocol on a stream that Binance was behind this hard. And the only reason I didn't buy into it is because it was at an $80 million market cap at like 8 cents. So it's up 3x, and I should have, because Research Coin is only doubled. But putting it into HEMPY and these other ones ended up working out. So I was on Bio. You know, it was obvious this was what Binance and CZ were behind. They were pushing this right here, and there's a bunch of pre-sales on Pump.science. Or not pre-sales, but advancing, and they do trials in worms on here. So I bought, what the hell? I don't know why it's slowing down. I posted the ones I got on here. You know, it was like a week ago. There it is. I got TROL, which is pumping hard today, luckily. Come on. What the hell? All right. So I can't touch it. But TROL was doing really good. Beast, Art, Rapamycin, Omapal. Nope. Wait, page 2, where the degens lie. But this one's on Solana, so I don't have a wallet. I had to use Lindsay's to do it. So I threw like $200 into 5 of them. And it was TROL. It was, these are launching. I want all. I got Melatonin. That one's up 8. There's TROL right here, up 275%. I got NAK 157 or NAD plus NAK, I think. But if you guys can message me if you want to know which ones I got, but it's just a crapshoot. Like, look at the market caps of these things. They are absolutely tiny. 400K, 28K, 73K. And guys, once the research coins and the bios start to take off, they're going to look down for where's the next BPC 157. That's the one I got right there. Look at that, up 142%, but it's only a 20K market cap. Like, guys, this thing can 1000x. $2 million market cap is 100x. $2 million is where HEMPY is right now. Or not HEMPY, but Forge. So things are running super hard. And this is a narrative. And if they're on Coinbase, which that's the next narrative, Base is going to take over, in my opinion. So I'm getting them all on switch.win. All these coins. You just go to Deck Screener and you can get the contract. So if we wanted to get AB4AD, come to Deck Screener. AB4AD. AB4AD. And there it is. IP tokens of that. So you just come over here. Get the contract. Boom. Switch.win. And pop it right in there. And there we go. The IP tokens of AP4IO1D. That's how I'm getting them all. Super easy. And Overia. That's the one that, too. 200K market cap. I still think these things are the easiest 10, 20, 50, 100x ever. And the Pump.science ones, this thing is janky, but This is the look you have to have when you're super early into stuff. And ETH has broken through 48, setting a new all-time high. Swing trader 8062 sold 2277 ETH 5 days ago, and 5 hours ago FOMO'd back in, buying 1966. He lost 311 ETH. Hey guys, that's the same feeling we all get. All right, it doesn't change. I promise you. It's just human emotion. And that's why, for me, to diversify into a bunch of different projects, that keeps me from FOMOing in. I can just hold a bunch of projects and know, all right, today I had a 500% gainer, and then TROL was a 340 whatever percent. So when you have those, you don't need to chase. And then smart SMT, Swarm Markets, up to 13 cents now. And we bought this thing at like, what, 3 or 4 cents down at the bottom? Yeah, look at that. It was under 3 cents multiple times. In July, and then it came back down to 3.3 2 weeks ago. So now we're up 4x. Congratulations. This thing's going to keep running hard. What I noticed is the media, these articles are all bullshit. The EU is exploring ETH and Solana for digital euro launch. Really? They always say they're exploring them, but they never end up using them because ETH does 50 transactions a second. It ain't gonna settle stable coins or tokenize real world assets. It's not happening. All right, they're gonna use public open source blockchains like Stellar, like the XRP Ledger, like Algorand, maybe Solana if they can fix it. But that's a stretch. It's all about the stable coins, though. Japan, China, India, all changing their rules, bringing in stable coins. And this is huge right here. MetaMask stable coin to double as a revenue generator. This is what's going to be easy for me. I like MetaMask. It's simple. It's always worked. And now to be able to have a stable coin that you're going to probably have a credit card tied to or a debit card, that's how you spread out risk when you offload. You leave, some into your MetaMask wallet. You get your Gemini card. You get your Kraken card. And there's going to be many more coming out. So you get 5 different debit cards on 5 different blockchains or accounts. And you diversify out. Or you put your assets to work and just earn yield and spend the yield. And all these new wallets that I'm seeing, that I'm downloading for these different projects, they get better and better and better. And they offer more and more features. And I can't see that stopping. I think they're going to keep just getting better and better and better. So don't worry about having what we're going to do in the bear market, or God, when we take profits, don't think like that. Get yourself into assets that you think, man, I don't know if I sell this cycle, cool. But man, in 3 years, 5 years from now, these things are going to be at such higher valuations. So why sell my future short? And yes, take profits, pay bills, change. If it's going to change your life, yes, sell some. But if you can afford to wait a couple years and not much is going to change, that's what I mean. It's been a very good sign. Grayscale, Bitwise, and more file amendment for the spot XRP ETF proposals. And this is what I'm waiting for, guys. My biggest bag is in XRP, and then XLM, and then Pulse Chain. And then I'm spread out all over in like Stronghold and Flare and Velo and Quant and Saucer Swap. Because I don't know which one's going to be the winner. The biggest winner, I should say. Because I can't even say the winner. Because they're all going after different parts of the market. I can't compare Stronghold to Flare, which Flare's working on providing yield for XRP and other digital assets. Has nothing to do with some of these other coins where what part of the markets they're tackling. Saucer Swap's just a DEX. Yeah, cool. But they offer some staking and yield, which we'll capitalize on. But the thing that is going to come is going to be the tokenized equities, tokenized treasuries that are going to pay you 7-8%. So they're going to, I think, force us to buy fractions of those instead of holding the stable coins and getting paid 5-6% a year to hold a stable coin. Instead, swap that stable coin for a tokenized US Treasury that pays you 7%. And they'll be like guaranteed by the government, and then that'll be a good hedge to just park some money in for certain people. But that's my point, is just this stuff is all coming. Don't freak out and start selling and trying to get out into cash and into banks. It's just going to be a nightmare. Keep it on chain and stuff where they have debit cards, real world asset plays. And I really think we're going to be able to just connect our MetaMask wallet and create an account at Franklin Templeton, or use my E-Trade account and log in with MetaMask, or Charles Schwab, log in with your MetaMask wallet and connect your stuff. That's what they want. They don't want to bridge everything out. They want you to bring your assets to them so they can earn yield on them. Like, there's no lying about it. There's no covering up. That's just how it is. That's what's coming. And people just put this like fear porn out there, and it just drives me nuts. And if you just go to rwa.xyz and just look at the amount of growth, it's just consistent. You never see a red candle, a red anything on here. Total RWAs on chain now, almost 27 billion. Asset holders up 12% in 30 days. And we're going parabolic, and it's not going to stop. Like, this is the solution to the crumbling financial system. The whole euro dollar is going to be brought on chain and tokenized, is what I'm hearing. I don't understand exactly how it works, but I can send you the podcast I listened to about it. But it just makes me so bullish on what's happening right now, where we are setting the stages for dollar domination, and the whole de-dollarization myth just completely is bullshit. More people want Tether and the USDC and stable coins than ever, because their currencies are more volatile than ever. Oh yeah, this is the HEMPY project right here. HEMPY.science. But it's like, look at this website. Like, this is one that is a short-term gainer, but they're actually trying to build sustainable clothing. And they're going to send hoodies out in about 2 months. First release, a HEMPY limited edition hoodie. But, it was just one of the first ones that was launched. It was on base. And it's just how it is. First mover advantage. And hemp clothing, I guess, could be a big thing, but we'll see. I'd rather put something in this than some stupid meme coin. I'm just over that shit. Like, this is as degen as it gets. Look at this website. All right. This looks like, I'm trying to think of what this looks like back in like 2002 when I was on Napster or LimeWire, or on like BitTorrent in 2008 or 10 trying to download MP3s. So this is as degen as you need to get. I promise you the returns from these Pump.science molecules and tests and Molecule.xyz will be bigger than the meme coins. This is where the money's flowing. Mr. Rock Jockey, Camo Joe, Clintrons, Advanced Hood Solutions, just getting started. Tin Top, what up, what up? Luke Duke, yeah, bro. I should have just told you, grab anything Pokemon, because I didn't realize it was the Prismatic and Destined holiday calendar. Things going for $90 or something alone. And you got the ball with it. So, yeah, when you go in tomorrow morning, just put as many in your truck as you can and just haul ass out of there and quit. I mean, no, don't do that, but Hex Monkey, good to see you, sir. Appreciate you. But yeah, guys, this is an awesome little area to focus on because the mainstream is pushing it. Brian Armstrong's talking about it. Vitalik is. CZ loves it. and it actually is a match made in heaven. De-Sci, the blockchain, and AI, it's perfect. And decentralized science gets you away from big pharma and all the corruption, and just people have a great medicine. They buy out your a patent, and then your stuff never sees the light of day. And you just hear so many stories of this over and over and over. But this is going to change it. Decentralized science really does that. And even though this is clunky, like Molecule.xyz actually has all of them on here too. I didn't even realize that. Okay, cool. You don't even have to, you have to go there to buy them. But actually, let me see. If you just click on TROL from the website. Oh, wow. Yeah, you can just do it off Molecule. You can just connect your wallet. I think you have to have a Phantom wallet, though, for Solana. I don't know. But you can do it through MetaMask, but I haven't put Solana on there. And nor will I, because I'm anti-Solana. And what's funny, too, is the ones on base, the charts are holding up so much better. The ones on Solana, you can see people just dump the shit out of them the second they go up. Look at this. Like, this is troll. Like, look at this. Up, boom. Up, boom. Up, boom. Up, boom. You don't really see that on Forge. It's more of just like a straight shot and then the normal dip. So I can just tell that people that use base, it's a different breed. And the people on Solana are so traumatized from this cycle. Anytime they see 20%, 50%, 100%, they are full clipping out because they haven't seen gains like that in a while. You see what I mean? Like, it went up, pumped super hard, and then we had like a 20% dip and then doubled again. And then a 50% dip and then almost doubled again. So this is much, much, much healthier. You could tell there's more people are taking profits, but there's more people wanting to hold this than the other Solana ones that are bam, 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 bam. But once they get to a certain level, it rinses everyone out. And obviously the bull market is here, so people probably start holding, you'd think, but I don't know. Let's give Pulse Chain a quick look. Pulse halfway to SAC. Pulse X, not even half, 40% there. Inc, almost to $2. Combined hex value, 1.3 cents. Disgusting, guys. If you didn't get into PTGC or PDI or Atropa or Teddy or UFO or Wrap Bitcoin, when I was telling you guys to buy it at $20 when we were on here, it's been brutal. So I hope you didn't listen to these genius maxis out here that told you Pulse X is going to do a 10,000x as soon as it launches. Oh my God, it's going to do a 10,000x. The buy and burn is going to literally buy up the entire supply and burn it so fast it's going to set a world record. Meanwhile, we put $75,000 into a sacrifice, and of that, 30 was already, people told me they were going to sell it for Pulse Chain when it launched. So I'm like, okay, if this is the situation for me, it has to be like this for everyone. So that's why I said if Pulse X does a 5x out the gate, I'd be shocked because everyone I know is selling it for Pulse. So, man. And then people that stayed in the cores, what did I tell you guys to do and showed you to do? We swapped from Pulse into Pulse X, and we played the ratios when it was 3.7 to 1 for Pulse to Pulse X. So we swapped all into Pulse X and then rode that up. And now you have a free bag of Pulse X and you have more Pulse. And it's the same thing with eHex. Well, now I swapped it all when Richard killed it at 9 to 1, 8 to 1. And it moved up to almost 4 to 1 or 3 to 1. And now it's slipped back down, but I think it's going to close to levels. So these ratio trades are long-term plays where you can just move from Pulse to Pulse X or Hex to eHex or Hex to Inc. and then rotate back in 6 months and have a lot more of your coin. It's brilliant. What up, Mo? Good to see you. Yeah, I try. And the sad thing is, if I had if I all day when I was listening to streams and doing research, if I just had it playing and recording it so people absorb the same information I did, you would be just as bullish and own the same coins. I promise you. There's nothing special. The only difference is seeing the information and hearing it. About motivating me to be more diversified than I was a few years ago. I'm glad, Hex Monkey. And it's not even go where you have to go crazy and just be all over the place. And it's just like Pulse Chain does well, great. But if Pulse Chain doesn't do well, we need to find something that is the polar opposite. And for me, all bear market, I talked about XLM, XRP, and HBAR, and Flare, and some other ones. And I just don't think it's coincidence that if you go to the top 100 in the past year and you see which ones were the biggest gainers, it's not a coincidence. The SWE's moving up, cool, but it's XRP. I mean, that's an exchange token. SPX is what the AI agent or bot and virtuals, but XRP and OKB is an exchange token. So XLM, HBAR, and XRP. It was, I'm not going to say it was obvious, but it almost was. The writing was on the wall. And once we see money really start to move through the ETFs, these things are going to really start to separate. And I think they are setting the market up to give certain American cryptos an advantage and a head start. And the ones that have all the liquidity and the stable coins are going to have, like I said, a head start. That's done on purpose. And that's how I think it's going to play out. But as Richard is one of the richest guys in crypto. We have nothing to worry about. ETH, here we go. ETH did it. We have no. Oh no. So yeah, I don't know what's up with the mic. Hold on a second. Yeah, I don't know. Can you hear me? Can you hear it now or no? It should still be there. Yeah, I'm back. All right. Yeah, I was just saying, chill the hell out of ETH to everybody and run it up to like 20K. Get all Wall Street believing they're going to tokenize the world on Ethereum and get all these people to buy the top, and money's going to fly out of the Bitcoin ETF and just pour into XRP and all the American cryptos. So we win, guys. There's nothing left to do. Like, these were fun just because when I got into these a week ago, it was still like, geez, man, is this really going to keep dragging on this market? Are we really going to have to deal with this shit for another month? So I just kind of spread out into some of the De-Sci things just to stay sane, honestly. No, I took $1,000 out of PTGC. You know, it's like one of the biggest bags I have. So why not move it? Obviously, it's done the best if it's the biggest bag. So why not take $1,000 out and degen here? And it was a good idea because PTGC went down like 30%, and some of these are up big, like 4 or 5x already. And this is just the start. So in another month, you know, hopefully I can 10x and pull out 9K and 5x my bag of PTGC I sold, and then run it up over there. But no one knows. That's a dangerous game, and I would have got burnt if I had messed around this morning and sold Forge. When I said, all right, I've seen this a million times. A candle that goes up this fast is going to come back down. And it did. If I had caught it, not at 1,800, but up at like over 2,000, I would have sold. But I caught it after it already started to come down 12%. So I knew, all right, it's just going to keep coming down, but it's such a small market cap. It could be back at any point. And I just shut my computer down and walked away instead of doing something stupid. And I came back 2 hours later, and it was the dip was bought back, and here we are again, about to make a new all-time high. But we're not loading because everything is just falling apart around here. I need to get a new computer so bad. So hopefully this pump continues, and I can afford to get a new computer that doesn't do this every freaking time we get on here. So smash that like button, guys. I mean, not really much else to say. You know, once ETH starts to move past 5, 6K, pulse chain should start to move. But it's all about De-Sci right now, clearly. And AI, it's going to be everything, guys. AI, just pick your narrative. $4 trillion we just crossed over. Once we hit 10 trillion, I'm going to start selling 2% a day. Let's see what happens. Because I think we're going to have a huge crash. Like, it just feels like there's too much vaporware everywhere. This doesn't feel sustainable. And the markets are so manipulated. But at the other side of it, crypto could be the saving grace for all the institutions that are down 45% in long year bonds in the last couple of years. Like 5 years are down 50% or something like that. So they're bleeding bad. You know, if you guys need help, go to vibrafinance.com, book a one-on-one. We'll sit down and go through your portfolio. If we need to rebalance it, if you're missing something, if you don't have any long-term stuff, short-term stuff, you got to have a plan A and a plan B and a plan C. So unless you guys have that, shoot me messages on Twitter if you need help or have questions. Like, I'm really here to help, guys. Don't feel like you're bothering me or you're, you know, reaching out and I got so much going on I can't respond. Like, no, I want to help you guys out. I want to share what I learned with you guys, and I'm transparent. I'm an open book. And on that note, I am out of here.
At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.